Hello.
Hey!
Hello.
Season's greetings.
Season's greetings. Season's greetings.
Season's greetings to everyone here.
Welcome to Frankenstein Tea, a podcast delivered to you by the Aldridge Public Library. Ian and I try to put something out as often as we can. We were on schedule for many months, and now it was, hey, Kristin, you have time today?
Yes, exactly. Well, I like to do something. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
We'll be
So
hearing
we're doing something holiday-ish
We'll be hearing
today.
the reindeer on the roof.
We will, and the people, they'll drown us out.
24 hours.
In a mere 24 hours, the reindeer arrive.
Absolutely.
So it was, hey, do you have any time today? I said, sure. And he said, do you know the Tomten? And I said, no. And here we are.
So
what's the Tomten? What are we doing today?
I'm all about all kinds of new and diverse different seasonal celebrations and traditions. And today, our story time theme was Scandinavian Yuletide celebrations. And so we read some stories about trolls at story time, and we also read the Tomten. Now, the Tomten, if you're not familiar with it, it's a real classic picture book now by Astrid Lindgren, who is from Sweden, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And
yes.
If you recognize that name, you probably know Pippi Longstocking. That's what she's most known for.
Correct.
Yeah. But this is a really beautiful old classic. And so I was inspired to go and look up a little bit more about the Tomten, and I discovered this beautiful old poem called the Tomten. And it's actually by Viktor Rydberg.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to attempt to read the actual Swedish.
You're not going to do the Swedish?
No.
Midvinternattens, köld, hård.
That sounds about right, yeah. So it's come to be known as the Tomten. And the Tomten is a little gnome or a brownie who lives on the farm. Yeah.
Brownie.
Yes.
Now we're mixing a lot of cultures together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So who lives on the farm, and he helps take care of the animals and helps do chores at night. He only comes out at night so they don't see him during the day. And on Christmas Eve, they'll leave out a little bowl of rice porridge for him as like a little thank you. So to the Tomten, yes. And
it's a little magic.
It is a little magic.
A little brownie magic.
Yeah.
On Christmas, the eve of Christmas Eve.
And it's kind of in the vein of, like the Elf on the Shelf in a way, where he keeps an eye on everything and makes sure that everyone is behaving. And so we figured we would share this little poem.
So let's read it.
So apparently this poem is what the night before Christmas is in our culture. This poem is over in Sweden. So here we go. Cold is the night, and still and strange. Stars they glitter and shimmer. All are asleep in the lonely grange, under the midnight's glimmer. On glides the moon in gulfs profound, snow on the firs and pines around. Snow on the roof is gleaming. All but the gnome are dreaming.
Gray he stands at the barnyard door, gray by the drifts of white there, looks as oft he has looked before, up at the moon so bright there, looks at the woods where the fir trees tall, shut the grange in with their dusky wall, ponders, some problem vexes, some strange riddle perplexes.
Passes his hand o'er beard and hair, and shakes his head in cap then. Nay, the riddle's too hard, I swear. I'll ne'er guess it mayhap then. But, as his wont is, he soon drives out all such thoughts of disturbing doubt, frees his old head of dizziness, and turns him at once to business.
First he tries if locks are tight, safe against every danger. Each cow dreams in pale moonlight, summer dreams by her manger. Dobbin, forgetful of bits that gall, dreams like the cows in his well-filled stall, leaning his neck far over armfuls of fragrant clover.
Then through the bars he sees the sheep, watches how well they slumber, eyes the rooster on his perch asleep, round him hens without number. Carlo wakes at the gnome's tread, wags his tail and lifts his head. Well acquainted the two are, friends that both tried and true are.
Last the gnome slips in to see how all the folk are faring. Long have they known how faithfully he for their weal is caring. Treading lightly on stealthy toes, into the children's room he goes, looks at each tiny treasure. That is his greatest pleasure.
So he has seen them, sire and son, year by year in that room there. Sleep first as children, every one. Ah, but whence did they come there? This generation to that was heir, blossomed, grew old, and was gone. But where? That is the hopeless burning riddle ever returning.
Back to the barn he goes to rest, where he has fixed his dwelling, up in the loft near the swallow's nest. Sweet there the hay is smelling. Empty the swallow's nest is now, back though he'll come when the grass and bough bud in the warm spring weather, he and his mate together.
Always they twitter away about places through which they've traveled, caring not for the gnome's doubt, though it were ne'er unraveled. Through the chink in one of the walls, moonlight on the old gnome falls. White o'er his beard it wanders, still he puzzles and ponders.
Forest and field are silent all, frost their whole life congealing, save that the roar of the waterfall faintly from afar is stealing. Then the gnome, half in dream, thinks its time's unpausing stream, wonders whither 'tis going, and from what stream 'tis flowing.
Cold is the night, and still, and strange. Stars they glitter and shimmer. All are asleep in the lonely grange, soundly till morn shall glimmer. Now sinks the moon in night profound, snow on the firs and pines around. Snow on the roof is gleaming. All but the gnome are dreaming. So there we go, the Tomten by Viktor Rydberg.
Awesome.
And I'm going to share a couple of pictures from the book by Astrid Lindgren with you, because it's beautiful artwork. So there's the Tomten.
All but the gnome are dreaming.
That's right. I'll share a picture of him. There he is with his good friend the dog.
Tried and true.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful artwork. Wandering through the snow. And then here he is, pondering back at home about the coming summer and the swallows returning. And I'll read that one page to you. Winter is long and dark and cold, and sometimes the Tomten dreams of summer, don't we all? Winters come and winters go. Summers come and summers go. Soon the swallows will be here, thinks the Tomten.
Great.
Yes.
That's great.
So that's
Well done.
something to keep in mind when we're here in this very, very cold, frigid weather. Single digits out there.
0 and below.
And below.
0 and below.
And, when he's creeping into the house and looking at the children, all it makes me think of is like Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It reminds you a lot of Santa Claus. Yeah, so.
It's there's some myth in there.
Absolutely.
There's some string of a myth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I did not know the Tomten.
Well, thank you. Well, now you do.
I will bring that home and read that
and
to
I know,
my family, too.
I know how much you like Astrid Lindgren. So,
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I do indeed.
All right, so I've got a couple of announcements here because we have a very busy week, actually, after Christmas is over.
I know we're taking a small breather. Just a small one. We'll
Just
be
a
right
small
back
one.
at you this Thursday.
Yeah. So this Thursday, we don't open until 2 on Boxing Day. the day after Christmas. But we'll be open 2 to 6, and we're having a vacation board game afternoon. So come on down. We'll bring out all our board games for all different ages, from Candyland to Monopoly to we have Chess Club between 4 and 5, and between 3 and 4, I'm also going to be playing a Dungeons and Dragons-esque game, Dragon Strike. It's an oldie. It's from the 90s, but it's easier than Dungeons and Dragons. So I'll be inviting tweens to come and join me up in the conference room playing a game of Dragon Strike. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
So no BORED here.
Well,
Just
no,
BOARD.
right.
Come on, pun man.
That's right. Yeah, we won't be bored.
We're not going to be bored here.
Nobody's going to be bored.
Nobody's going to be bored.
That's very good.
Thursday, 2 to 6.
That was a good move.
Thank you.
All right. So, I said we have Chess Club on Thursday, 4 to 5. That's a board game. And then Friday, we have our Elf party. So we're going to be watching Elf. We have our newly fixed sound system, surround sound, in the Milne Community Room due to our IT guy, Josh. Mm-hmm. And so we'll be watching Elf. We have some games to play. We've got some crafts. We'll have lots of sugary goodies. So it should be a really fun time. And that's going to be noon to 3 on Friday. So I hope you come on down. And then on
one of my favorites.
One of my favorite. Yeah, I think you might have suggested that.
I did. I love that Elf. I think it's a great one.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
I love it too as well. And Agatha Post-Elf may be making an appearance. In her costume.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. So this Saturday we have a drawing workshop for kids, and that is going to be with local artist Rob Donnelly, who if you've been watching Frankenstein Tea, we had him as a special guest back in September, I think, August or September. So he's going to be coming in to teach kids how to draw some basic comics. Come on down. That's going to be 11 to noon in the Milne Community Room. And
not little.
No.
Right? This is like a workshop. This is so you're again tweens. You want tweens and teens, or what are you going for?
I would say probably 7 or 8 up to maybe
ages, 13. Not grades. 7 to 8-year-olds to 14. Perfect. Yeah.
Yes, probably like 7 to 13 or 14.
Yeah.
So that's
would
good.
enjoy it most.
Would enjoy it most.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. So, we've got plenty going on, so I hope you guys will come on down for that.
So that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Story Hour will be on Monday as usual. Mm-hmm. So and that's 10:30.
And then I'll do Yoga Tuesday at 10:30.
Yep.
And we're going to close for a little bit, and then we're going to work our way back to normal.
We'll be back into the new year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, we are sitting in the Catherine Patterson Children's Room of the Aldrich Public Library. And Catherine Patterson is a recipient of the Astrid Lindgren Award.
Oh!
And so I wanted to connect all of that because we didn't want to forget to talk about the giving tree behind us.
That's a nice touch.
I'm really winning points today.
You are, yeah.
So the giving tree here at the Aldrich is from the knitting circle, the knitting group here. That's an open group that comes here and spends time together doing their needlework, which is, so far I've seen crochet, I think I've seen embroidery, I'm sure those women quilt, and there is knitting and crocheting. And they make hats. So if you need a hat.
And mittens.
There's a scarf up there. They work hard to keep everybody warm, to make sure everybody has something. And on this eve of Christmas Eve, we are so proud of them. And these freezing cold digits, please come down and get something for a child that you know needs it.
We do have some adults.
And there's some adults in there.
Some adults as well. So if you're an adult and you need a hat or mittens, come on down as well.
Yeah, stay warm.
Yes.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. That's
warm.
That's a great message to close with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, stay warm in your heart, right?
Yes,
stay
and spirits.
And in your spirits.
And in your body.
And in your body.
Keep your body warm.
Keep wiggling your toes. Thanks for coming. Happy holidays. We'll see you in 2025. Or no, we're going to see you Thursday afternoon.
We'll see you Thursday afternoon.
Because you're not going to be bored with us.
That's right. But our next Frankenstein tea will be in the new year.
Correct.
So, until then, stay safe.
Keep reading.
Happy New Year.